welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited Truths. We have myself, Trizzy.
Sheraine.
Levi.
Chanelle.
All right, and today's episode is on co-parenting. So we're going to go around initially and get your thoughts about co-parenting. How does it work for you? We're going to start with Chanelle, then Levi, then Sheraine. So, disclaimer, I'm not a parent, so this is just going to be my opinion. If you guys feel as though, like, hey, Trav, you doing too much, you don't know, check me, okay? I have no problem being checked, all right? Okay. So initially, go around and just state your initial thoughts about co-parenting and how does it work for you? Okay. Starting with Chanelle.
It's working for me, to be honest. Me and my ex-husband, we co-parent our 15-year-old daughter. And we've been co-parenting her since our divorce, so maybe about, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 years now. And it works. It's working because there are boundaries on both ends, you know what I mean? And our focus is her and not each other. So, yeah. Our focus is her and not each other. So it's definitely working in my situation. Yeah.
Levi?
Well, for me, my daughter is 10 now, and it's been real bad. And I'm not here to bash my baby moms on any sort. So let's just clear that up. But yeah, me and her, we don't get along at all, really. Like I said, it's been 10 years. I would love for it to get way better, but, it's all about a growing up part of the stage that I feel like my daughter mom need. I try my best to try to help her out, but, when you're not seeing eye to eye with each other, it kind of affects thinking about the kid at the end of the day, so...
What you, Sheraine?
For me, co-parenting is going well. I have a 10-year-old as well, and I've been co-parenting for about 3.5 years. So, yeah, it's been well. It's had its ups and downs, but overall, it's going well.
Going well. So, everyone said it's going well. Was there a time when it was a little sticky? Was there a time when it was like, it was maybe communication issues, it was issues someone was doing their part, and you guys had to maybe like rework a plan or try something different? Starting with Chanelle, was there a period where it wasn't as good as it now?
Definitely in the beginning, because we were just newly like divorced, so we still had that anger. So I understand what Levi was saying about the growth part, because in the beginning we were so busy trying to like hurt each other, like, you know what I mean? So we weren't considering what that was doing to her. It was more like, oh, well, I'm going to make decisions without you. I'm going to do this. I don't care. Like, trying to fight with each other. But once we started to grow past, like, okay, like, we not getting nowhere. We not hurting nobody but her, yelling and screaming and going at it with each other. Like, then it started to get better.
Do you feel like you were truly over him and that played a part in it?
Over it. I was over it. But it was still a lot of, it wasn't necessarily about us trying to stay together or nothing like that. It was because of the hurt of divorce. And then if like my divorce was really bad, like that's a whole topic for another day. But there was like a lot of hurt, there was a lot of pain there. So, when we first were like, that's what we focused our attention on. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, I want to still be with you. No, it wasn't that on my end. I don't know what he felt like, but like on my end, it wasn't that. It was more like, just trying to hurt each other. Like,
like
more
than
some
bitterness there.
Like bitterness, yeah.
So the bitterness kind of like overshadowed the kid.
Yeah.
It kind of like took over like the main priority.
Yes.
Right. Levi, was there any type of like, well, you said it's still bad now, right?
Yeah.
But 10 years?
10 years.
Was it was it bad from the start?
Wait. So all right. So we was together for a little while. I think my daughter probably was like maybe like 5, 6, maybe when we officially kind of let it go. So within that time, it was still bad, but I was blind, and she was also blind too because we thinking it's love, but in reality, we was still, like she said, we was hurting each other, hurting the kid, not worrying about the kid, but we worried about each other. You know what I'm saying? So in that time frame, after she turned 6, when I finally kind of, wanted to get a better life, once I left her and then I jumped into my new relationship, it affected my new relationship because the hurt that I had for her, I was kind of taking it out on my family at home. You know what I'm saying? So
when you say that, like, were you still like, was it because you guys like spent so much time together, you guys had history together, that you still were hurt from that situation, or you still was kind of like tied in that situation in some sense?
So the way we left off, it was a bad situation as far as like cheating and stuff.
Right.
So I was hurt off of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it took me a little while to get over it, which I should have took time to myself for a little while before I got into another relationship. Which I kind of jumped into another relationship and I took my anger out on her.
Right.
Not realizing that it wasn't my ex. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so caught up to where my head is, you know what I'm saying? And what I want to feel, I took it out on her. But after a while, I realized it. She talked to me. I realized it. And just the other day, we had this conversation. I told her I apologized to her finally, which I should have been did, but I apologized to her. I gave her an apology she needed. I slept like a baby that day, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was off of my chest. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
That's good.
So,
What's yourself, Sheraine? Was it ever a time where it was sticky, where it was like bad, and you felt like we got to figure it out because this is it's not good for our child, nor good for my personal peace and sanity?
Right. So when we first broke up and started co-parenting, we were actually going by the schedule of his oldest daughter. So what we decided off top was that my daughter would go on the days that was scheduled anyway, that he would have his oldest daughter, so that it was smooth. So we didn't really have to pick and choose the days ourselves because those days was already set from his previous situation from his oldest daughter. So it was easier when it came to, going, him having her throughout the week. It was easier. But there are times, and were times when it did get sticky. Communication not always there. And then, excuse me, probably also having that resentment as well, because how things kind of went about. He also got into a relationship, and I thought it was kind of quick. So I do say that I held that against him also, but I never took it out when it came to like the co-parenting piece. Like I never held him from his daughter, but dropping her off, I would feel some type of way.
Would you show that when you drop her off? Like, would you be like, in your response back to him, would you be kind of like low-key throwing shade, being angry because of that?
I would just be short. So not necessarily like throwing shade and all that stuff, but just really short with it. It was, I went to therapy and everything, and I remember telling my therapist, it seems like it's like a business transaction. It's like a business transaction, like it was,
It should be that, though, because you guys are no longer together, so it should be more so just transactional about the child.
Right. And so, but I wasn't used to that, So it was new to me, and I was, this is different, so I did feel some type of way. And then, throughout the time and years and everything, I noticed that, okay, this is what co-parenting is, of course. And then, just allowing it to just, kind of run its course and everything. It's been going smooth. I don't have him on child support. I don't. And that's,
why is that? Do you believe in child support?
I do. I do.
Okay. Why you believe in child support? I'm not saying you should.
Yeah, no. I believe in child support because there are times when people have children by men that aren't doing their part. And it does make it harder for the woman. And a lot of times I hear guys say, oh, I don't want to pay child support. She got me on child support. I don't know if she's using this money towards her own things, like her going out.
Nails,
but at the
wigs,
end of the day, if you
that.
kind of break it down, it's really not that much
At all.
for it.
At all.
I mean, the maintenance for a woman, my nails, and for me to get a full set and a pedicure alone, I'm coming out spending at least $100.
Well, I have a quick question. How is the amount of child support determined? It depends how much he makes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What percentage is it? Or is it?
I think, no, it is broken down by percentage. I'm not sure how much of the percentage, but it's a percentage of their earnings. Like, so my child support with my daughter's father was court ordered because we had to go through a divorce. So it was put into our separation agreement. So I didn't get to be like, oh, I want to put him on child support.
So when you're married and get divorced, it's automatically a thing.
They put it in the separation agreement so that we don't have to go through like the attorney was just like, it just makes it so much easier. And I agree, because it makes the co-parenting even easier. Like, I don't have to be like, oh my God, could you send me ching every Thursday?
Right.
Ching.
And how did he feel about it?
He was fine because again, it just makes it easier. And I not because my daughter's dad is really good with like doing things for her and taking care of her and stuff like that. But he also does things according to what he feels like he wants to do. Does that make sense? Like for example, for school, perfect example of something that happened. School started. Usually me and his mom is really hands-on. She buys, like, I always say that's my baby daddy, because she buys everything. And then I'll have a few things and I'm like, you know what, let me add him. Let me just find something to make him like have to be responsible. So I said, could you get her sneakers and her book bag? He goes, okay.
Well, good question.
Yeah.
But you asking for that outside of his child support?
Yes.
Do you feel like you have the right to do that?
To ask him to buy sneakers and a book bag outside
what
of
I'm
child
trying
support?
to say is that if he's over, like, the court ordered him to pay child support, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's like, I'm not sure, let's say $500 a month. If they already calculated how much he needs to contribute, so you ask him for more, is that like?
So
no, I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I did ask outside of that because at the end of the day, the court told you how much you're going to give her. Let's say you stuck to that.
Right.
I'm with my daughter resides with me. Every time she eats something, every time she want to wear something, Mom, can I go to the movies? That's for me.
Right.
That his money that he sent on, and it's every other Thursday. It's not even every Thursday. It's every other Thursday that I get child support from him. And that, by the time that comes, I've already depleted my own funds with her all month. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of just a little bit replenishes. Like, I have a 15-year-old kid that's eating in that house. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, she wants to be in theater. When they got her theaters through the school, so when it's time to pay for costumes and stuff,
right?
That's
and I can say, even though my daughter, even though I don't have her father on child support, dance school alone, $150.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like they have all these extra activities they want to do. She's in high school. She want to get her hair done. She knotless braids and stuff like that. That start adding up.
That's
another thing. It starts adding up.
Knotless braids start at
they start getting into their clothing and everything. But the child support is not covering all of that. And I don't always ask him for a lot of the times, because I'm gonna hustle. That, like, I picked up a whole. When we got divorced, I realized, oh, Chanelle, you're on one income now.
Right.
So I found a way to make me some extra something. So if I'm asking him for something, it's like literally. Like my last resort. Oh, it's the beginning of the school year. You know, could you just get her a book bag and some sneakers? He got the book bag and kept waiting to get the sneakers. So I was just like, hey, you gonna get her sneakers? Because the rest of us already did our part. Like, school started in August. He decided he was gonna get her sneakers in October on her birthday. I thought that was tacky, but hey, like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait,
I'm saying though, what if you don't know his pockets though?
I was about to say the same thing.
Right.
What if he can't?
So, see, y'all okay, so I was trying not to. All right, so, yes. So I talked to him. I said to him, listen, and when I call, I'm mad respectful, because I learned from when we was together, I could be really nasty. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to be, like, mad respectful. So I was like, hey, you know, are you going to, like, get the sneakers? And he said to me, Chanelle, you got to wait till I get money. So here's my thing. That's all fine and dandy. But then when I see on social media, you are able to. You pick up and
Why you
you
watching
take up. No, it's just naturally if it comes on my timeline. I don't watch nothing that man is doing. It comes naturally on my timeline. If I see, or my daughter will bring to me like, oh, I asked my dad to take me to the movies. He couldn't bring me to the movies, but he turned and took his girlfriend to see a movie that I asked him to go see with him.
I'm
like,
saying,
you
though,
know, so, but
no,
but I'm just saying, like, I don't watch but my thing is just make sure something little simple stuff, sneakers. And my daughter's not like into Jordan. She wanted New Balances. Like,
I love New Balances.
yeah, she like, but I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. She could be one of them kids that's really
not
the kids is wearing Balenciagas and stuff like. She has need for New Balances. Her father got it. Nobody's not watching his pockets, but in our separation thing and me knowing, like, when he gets his, you know, when certain things happen, because I could be, if I was watching his pockets, when we got divorced, he was at a certain level, and he works for he's a CO. He was at a certain level. He's higher than that. I could go to the court crying and get some more out of him. I have not done that. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I stuck to what our agreement was.
Wait, let me get Levi's opinion. So how do you feel about child support, and are you on child support, if you mind me asking?
I'm currently not on child support. I've been in and out of the court for child support for 10 years.
What you mean in and out of court? That means she was trying to put you on child support?
So whenever, and like I said, I'm not here to bash my baby mother.
Right. Of course you
because I got to make that clear.
Yes.
But anytime so that's what I'm saying. Child support is not about, I feel like it's about money. It's a deal at the end of the day. It's not about the support, the mental support. You're not going in there to get him to be there for your child. You're going in there, and that's just my perspective on it. You're going in there to get money. That's it. From the sounds of it, I'm not judging you, but it's all you was speaking about was the money part of it. I didn't hear nothing about you saying you want him to come pick her up or anything like that. I'm not judging you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I told you also that it was court ordered. I don't know if you heard that part of it, too. I ain't asking for a damn thing.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
But my thing is, majority of the females that go down there, that's all they're about is just the money part. They don't want the guy mentally to be there for the kid. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I've been in and out of the court for 10 years. Whenever she get mad, she was down there at the court, putting me on child support. Whenever we was on good terms, she'll take me off. So I've been down there been down there like 10 or 15 times
that's
already.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So I will also put this out there in case men don't know this. If your child's mother gets cash assistance, automatically you are put on child support.
Automatically.
So a lot of times a man thinks that they have a bitter baby mother that went down. It is automatic that you are put on child support. So I do want to make that disclaimer because a lot of times they don't know that until later on.
So anytime a female get government assistance,
yes,
automatically,
cash assistance.
So
if the father is on a birth certificate.
Health insurance, someone's back to health insurance too. So basically, it's not always like a baby mother, I'm mad that you moved on.
No.
It's kind of like because the government is saying like we have to submit the information and we have to do it.
And you can't get sometimes some of the aid unless you say who your child's father is. Like sometimes you can't even get the cash assistance if you don't say who's your child's father or something. They need someone to attach to.
Right,
Somebody
and they do want him to.
Right.
Yeah, and they do want the child to be on his health insurance.
But listen, I just want y'all to think about it, and this is from a guy perspective and a baby father. The thing is, what America period is in Connecticut, they listen to what you just said. Y'all own citizens, and then we gotta pay for everything at the end of the day, right? It's all programmed for that to happen to us as black men. You know what I'm saying? We gotta deal with this stuff just because you getting cash and all this other stuff from them. Now we gotta pay them back. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up that we gotta deal with everything that y'all getting handed out to y'all, but we gotta deal with it at the end of the day. Now it's breaking us down. Ain't nobody thinking about the black man.
But Levi, but if it's to take care of your child, like if it's cash assistance for your child, like let's say they get food stamps, right? And it's feeding your child, you don't think like, damn, I might have like it's. I could see if it was just for the mom, right, or just for her other child. But if the food stamps is part of your child food, you don't think you should be part of that?
You're right, but listen.
Or
to
like the health insurance too.
Listen,
let him finish.
But listen to the handout though. You just saying, getting food stamps and stuff is just handouts, though. At the end of the day, if the mom gonna hustle and do what she gotta do,
she won't get that.
She won't worry about a handout. You know, I'm not saying that y'all not. Let's not take this wrong. I'm not saying that y'all not hustlers or y'all do what y'all gotta do, but because I just want to make this clear. But my thing is that they're handing this stuff out to y'all, and then we gotta deal with it at the end of the day, and then we being broken down in our mental space and all that other stuff. Nobody worried about it.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it works for men too, right? Like they don't you got a lot of the times y'all don't know. Like if you took more care of like not you or not saying that they need like I'm just saying in general. Right. If a father was like, I'll take my kid and I'll get the husky and the child, mom would end up having to do the same thing. She would be broken down and mentally and all, like, you know what I mean? Like it would be reversed. A lot of times y'all don't do that because the first thing, and I'm not you, y'all. I'm just saying in general, y'all. It's on us. Like the primary residence is with us. They are with us. But like, you guys can take advantage of that as well. But y'all don't want to a lot of the times take them and be full time.
So when I was going back and forth, finally my last time I did my own homework. I became my own lawyer. I went down there. I got visitation rights and joint custody. Good. It was turned over to where she had to give me, but I didn't want her money because it's not about money. This whole time I just want to be a part of my kid's life. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing.
But do you think it wasn't a part about money mainly because let's say you make a good living? But let's say someone who doesn't make a good living enough to support their child, they're going to need that assistance, though. You don't think that?
Yeah, they are. But my thing is, if he already can't do it by himself, and you go down there and you don't even go down there. I said it's automatic. If it's automatic, listen to it. It's the system. It's automatic for them to get it now. They can't even do it, but they're going to make them pay it back. But they can't even afford to do it by themselves without being through the court. You know what I'm saying?
So basically what you're saying is like, why are you on these government assistance in the first place? You should have, like, why are you not able to provide for your home by yourself? Right. I get you. If I'm wrong, correct me.
All right. Go ahead.
But I'm saying, like, basically what you're trying to say is that, like, why are you on government assistance in the first place?
I feel like that in a way, yes. A little bit, in a way.
I mean, you can also flip it and say, why are you having a child with someone who is not in a financial, they're not financially stable to even take care of a child at the same time. So I think we all have to take accountability when it comes to having children, especially when we're younger. When we're younger, we weren't making that much money. You know, having kids at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you know.
Y'all wasn't even making the right choices who y'all was having kids with.
Right.
Y'all wasn't even mindful of who y'all was sleeping with, which is understandable because we all did that. Grace of God, I'm having kids. But the ones who did have kids, I think that you guys now was like, damn, maybe I like made some wrong choices, but you were young. You feel me? Yeah. And it happens, but now you gotta like kind of deal with those consequences because if you probably took more time into like who your baby mother was, who your baby father was,
it would have been
it probably would have turned out different. Because let's be honest, co-parent is not the ideal choice.
It's not.
When you lay down with that person, that wasn't the idea. Like I want to be a co-parent. No, it was like possibly I want to build a future with that person. And these are
some people, because then you have just people that's just recklessly having sex, and then you know.
Yeah, but he's talking about ideally, like not those people. We're talking about we talking about the ideally we want.
Right, but you have to look at both instances.
Yeah, no.
We do have, that ideally, you with that person or whatever, but then there's also the set of people that we're just having children with just anybody they was laying with, and those are usually the ones that, are the ones that are looking for a government assistance and stuff too, so.
Yeah, but look back to what you just said, that you say you should know the person that you're dealing with. But my thing is when y'all together, the amount looks good, which y'all bringing in together. But when you separate now, what she getting paid now is gonna look, it don't look the same because y'all was together, y'all bills was together, everything y'all did was together. But when you separate now, it just becomes her. So she might not be able to afford everything by herself. So we can't judge her based off of when we was together.
Right, that's true.
Because I don't know if she gonna be able to do this in a long term if we break up. It's not planned.
Right, that's true too. But a lot of times, you know, we have to look into our community. A lot of times we have children in our community young. So we're not looking at, our finances joined together as this.
Right.
And, you know, we're not looking at it like that until probably when we got to maybe 26, you know, like if that was the case. But when we were younger, having kids in 19, 20 and stuff, we're not looking at it like that.
Right.
Most of the time, we wasn't even living together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just different circumstances. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, taking accountability. And I think women, we do have to take accountability when it comes to the people that we lay down with.
So I want to move on to this. So how did you guys deal with your baby father, baby mother moving on to someone else? Did that play a role in the co-parenting? Did, like, not say you were the better baby mother or better baby father, but when they had, like, 'cause a lot of times I see, especially with guys, like the whole Russell Wilson and Sierra thing, like, did you ever have an issue of your child being around another guy, like another male figure?
Nah, long as nobody don't put their hands on my daughter, any type of like you know, sexual stuff, anything like that. As long as you got respect for my daughter, I could care less, you know, what you do.
How do you feel about, like, someone being another father figure to your child?
I'm not. My thing is, I know who I am. She know who I am. So I can't stress that. You know what I'm saying? I can't stress that at all.
So, just like hypothetically, if your baby mom, she moved on, she has another guy in the house, would you have any type of, like, I guess, like, maybe like guidelines he has to follow, like, around your child?
Nah,
you trust her judgment.
My main thing is whoever she picks to be around my kid, to be around my kid, I just want, as long as she's happy and he eligible of doing whatever he got to do to make sure my daughter is straight. If I can't do it, if I'm not there to do it, I'm good with it. I can't be mad at it.
What about you,
Same
Chanelle?
thing. Agree. My daughter's father, he dates. I never had a problem with that. Like, as long as they're respectful. There's only one time when I just asked, like, I'm like, hey, maybe you shouldn't introduce her so early. Just give you and the person time to make sure y'all want to be together. That was the only time I actually said something. Like, just not, like, y'all only been dating for, like, 3 weeks. So,
Right.
You know, don't bring her. No, for real.
No.
And then don't bring her. And it ended up being that he brought her around the person anyway. My daughter was having, like, a nervous breakdown because she was just used to seeing her parents because we were, like, married, right? So she ended up having this breakdown, and he ended up breaking up with the girl, like, a week later. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, see, this is why I had said, remember the conversation when I was like, chill. Like, you know what I mean? But it was more of just for her. Never like, oh, bitter. Like, no, like, date. You have every right, you know, but just make sure you want to be with this person for the long run, and then bring my daughter into that situation.
I was around, when I broke up with my girl, I was around a lot of females. I done been with a lot of females, but the girl that I'm with, it took her a while. I was actually with her, but it took her a while to actually be around my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
So are you guys, like, now, I'm not sure if you guys in relationships now, but, like, getting back into dating, were you very selective, like, who you bring around your child? Or was it more so, like, since we're dating, like, or since I'm talking to you, I could meet your interest to my child? Or were you more selective, like, who meets your child?
Nah, like I said, once I sat down with her and I knew I wanted to be with her, it still took a little while for me to, you know, but she knew who my daughter was because she was already around my family regardless. But to actually, you know her, it took a while for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring just anybody around.
And see, my daughter's older, right? So the dating thing now is, for her, she's not interested. She's old enough to say she's not interested. She don't gotta, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, not that she not interested in the fact that she don't like the person. She's 15. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like I gotta be like, hey, this is late. Like, she don't care. Like, she's just like, you know what I mean? Which makes dating now so much easier for me. I don't know what that would have been like with her younger. I know that I agree with you, like, not and like I was telling, like, my ex-husband at the time, like, not bringing her around people because, like you said, sexual abuse, all of that stuff is working real, and we work with that, right? But she's so much older that if she just it doesn't affect her. Like, I'm dating, and that's over here, and she's over here being 15. Like, so those paths don't go like this.
I agree with that. I think that anyone should take time before introducing the child to their significant other. in my instance, with my daughter's father, she was introduced fairly early, so I did have an issue with that. Not necessarily the fact that I don't trust you, because I do trust his judgment, but at the same time, I'm like, we don't know where this is going.
Right.
So it was more so of that. And then, like I said, it was kind of also pretty quick when we decided to cut things off as well. So it was just sudden for everything. But you know, he's still continued to be with her, and she's doing well. My daughter has no complaints or anything. Right. And like I said, I met with her and everything, and I told her, you know, at the end of the day, I trust his judgment. So I know she was questioning why I didn't meet with her so soon, and I was saying I wasn't ready.
Wait, so his girlfriend now asked you, like...
Yeah, why you didn't sit down with me, basically, either. And I said, at that point, I wasn't ready.
With the girlfriend wanted to sit down with you?
Yeah, to meet. And I said I wasn't ready because everything was happening so quickly. But I did make the disclaimer, at the same time, I trust his judgment. And I don't believe that he would put her in any situation that's going to be, you know, just basically putting her in a situation that's going to be harmful or anything like that. So,
I mean, like, I think I think her asking where she's going to meet you is okay. Because she's going to be... So, how do you guys feel about having their significant other watching your child alone? It's fine, right? Because you trust their judgment.
Watching...
Like if your ex-husband's girl now watch... Well, your daughter's older.
See, that's the thing.
So
like,
how was your...
But if she was younger... It depends. And then that's where, because I was going to say, you know how you sat down and you met with the girl wanted you I would want to do something like that. Like, I would definitely want to, like, know who we working with, kind of pick up your vibe, see what you're about. So but now that she's older, she's been around her, but she can't babysit her. Y'all like 15, the same age. Y'all like, no, they not. No, but definitely, if she was like 10 or like Jeff's age and stuff like that, definitely I want to meet, like, see, before you be leaving my kid, because I was a kid that came from the trauma of a step parent, a stepdad. You know what I mean.
So
you
I'm super protective,
and that's a tricky thing. I feel like because you don't really know that person. You really don't know who your child will be left with. Though you can trust your ex's judgment, but like. You don't fucking know who your child's with.
That's
so
true.
I do understand, like, being that person first, and it may be like, it could come off as like you're trying to like get to know them or being a little too overprotective, but like, that's my fucking child. I need to know who the fuck you with.
And I think, but that's also a conversation that was had. I don't want this person to meet my daughter yet. I did state that, so and it still happens. So it's like, you know, it happened in the opposite way of how I would have wanted it to happen.
But do you feel you have a right to state when your child is going to meet his significant other? What if you feel like they're ready for that next level?
But that's a conversation. So the thing is, when I sit with you, and also at least say, no, I don't agree. I'm going to say something. Don't agree to what we just put out there. And we said that you weren't going to introduce her. You agreed with it, and then you did it anyway. So I would have respected it more if you would have
just been honest.
I would have been upset, but at least I knew that was what you was going to do.
So you don't think that your kid father will bring her around, or what you got, a daughter?
Daughter.
All right, you don't think he will bring her around somebody that he can trust? I don't think your kid father will want to ever hurt your kid.
No, so that's why I said I trusted his judgment.
Yeah, so that's why I don't get where females or males would be like, no, I don't want you to bring. If I'm gonna bring my daughter around somebody, it's because I trust them, and I'm not gonna hurt them.
Right.
So, I'm not
so
gonna
it wasn't the fact that I was saying I don't want you to bring somebody around my daughter. I didn't say that. What I said was, it's still early.
Got you.
And I didn't think that it was the appropriate time.
But that's
so
just
that's
like
what
I told
it was.
you happened with when I told him not to bring, I could state, like you said, please, like I thought it was early. And it's not that he said, agreed that it was too early or not. I told him how I felt. He did what he wanted to. And then I was right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, then you're not with this girl next week. So, you know what I mean? What that did for his relationship with Layla is now his new relationship when he wanted her to meet now this girlfriend that he's been with a little bit longer than this last one. Her first question, like, she made the joke to me. I don't know if she said it to her dad, but she was like, I mean, do he like her? Like, do you like her? You trying? Like, she like me. Yeah. Do you like this one?
Right.
Like, so because you already went that route with her, and it
right.
You know what I mean? So, but I feel like this person now that he's been dating for some time, and,
right?
And she's what I do like about the girl, because I didn't get to meet her one-on-one, and I don't know if I even really care to, because like. You know what I mean? Like I said, because of the age thing with my daughter. But and she's really invested in wanting Layla to like her. Like super invested in, like, I want her to have this relationship with me. And I just feel like it's harder because Layla is older.
She's older.
So she's just like, you know what I mean?
I think it's tricky being the other person and introduced to a child, because it's like, now I have to take on a new set of responsibilities sometimes, especially if we're living together. Let's say I'm living with your ex, like I'm living with somebody that has a child. It's like I have to be a father now.
Yes.
Or at least a father figure.
Or a father figure. You taking it on.
Because now at this point, like I thought, like it's a whole like different responsibility. So now when you guys date, are you guys mindful? Like I have a child, so now I need like a motherly figure or a fatherly figure for her or for him. Or is it more so like my child is my child?
My child is my child.
So you don't put any pressure on your new significant other?
No, and you know what? And he doesn't. And he has kids, and I'm not pressured to be around them either. I know it's weird. I know
you're not
it's
pressure,
weird.
but like, are you kind of like?
No,
I don't want to be around them.
No, I'm not like I'm not like I don't want to be around them, but I'm okay. I know this is gonna sound bad, yeah, but I'm okay
with not being
if I don't like.
Me too.
Okay, so I felt like, but I'm okay.
I feel like, but see, I'll be honest. If I'm dating, I'll be honest. If I'm dating, it's you having kids gonna play a major role where we're gonna go, because I'm at a point in my life where. Be honest, I want kids with somebody who don't have kids. I don't want to be with somebody who have kids.
Well, you don't have kids.
I don't, but I'm trying. I want to create that. I want to be the first person to create that. But so it plays a big role. So Levi, when you dating or now in your relationship, do you feel like that played a role? Like now you have a child, were you looking for a motherly figure, or were you looking for somebody just to be on your end, like just worry about you?
Both. I don't agree with what I just said. That's your opinion.
Yeah, no, that's
your opinion. I don't agree
absolutely.
with that.
I don't agree with that either.
My thing is, if you're gonna love me,
you
gotta have some type of love for my child.
I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? My child is my luggage.
Of course, but what I'm trying to say is that I see that from the go. If you got kids, I need to step to the left probably. I know it from the jump. Because I know it comes with a lot of baggage, and I know that if I'm in your life, I'm going to have to be some type of figure. And I might not want that responsibility yet. That's why I don't have kids myself.
So why even sign up?
Right.
I don't. That's why I said, like, let's say if I met Sheraine out, right? And we talk and say, I got 2 kids. I might slide to the left. And nothing wrong with her, but it's that I don't want that responsibility. Right. You feel me?
Right.
Because it's a lot with it. Because for me, I want to be a role model. And sometimes I'm not. I just don't want to be in that light. You understand?
And
I'm sorry, Sheraine, I didn't mean to. But with the person that I'm dating, the reason why his kids don't come around is I think also that their mom is like on this I don't want my kids around nobody thing. So I'm not put in a role in this relationship to be a mother figure because mom does not want. She's not comfortable with that. You know what I mean? So, but if it was where she was like, yes, you know what, go ahead and be around. Yes, I'm not gonna be like a person that's around them that's like, oh no, like why are you keeping? I'm not that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I was a kid that went through that kind of drama. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I, in this situation that I'm in, I'm not around the kids because I think a lot of it is more on, she's the mom that's like, I don't want my kids around, and I'm okay, and I am okay with that.
See, the thing, see, the thing with me is, with my girl, I try to explain to my baby moms that she don't want to be her mother, but she also she's my teammate. So if I need her to do something, I need her to step in, or not even need her to do it, she's gonna instantly, you know, oh, this is what I'm gonna do for her. Not to be her mom, but this is just her role that she has to play.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is something that if she signed up for it, she got to play that role.
And I will also say that in my previous relationship, like I said, he had a daughter, and I had to step up and be that motherly figure because she was now staying in the home with me. And even before then, I would have her around my family and everything. She called my mom grandma. She called my sisters auntie, everything like that. So I think if you see a future with this person, you really have to put in your mind that, you know, I need to kind of step up and be this figure. That doesn't mean that you're taking over that role, but you are now going to be that motherly figure. So I do agree that it's okay for my ex's now girlfriend to watch her. She helped her with a project. When I met with her, I said, I expected you to do so, you know, because if you're going to be in his life, that means that you are now in his children's life. And I do expect those things to happen.
So a quick question. I want to know, like, if you ever experienced, like, your baby mom or baby father not getting along with your current significant other, how do you guys handle that? How do you handle them? Like, do you think it's your responsibility to be like, we gonna make this work? Yeah. Or is it responsibility of like, fuck it, they don't like each other, fuck it, as long as I'm a good father?
Nah, I feel like for me, it's my responsibility to make sure that that is stable in the middle, because I'm the leader, like you said, you know, leader of everything. So I got to make sure that y'all on the same page so we all can work for this kid. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, whether y'all don't like each other or not, but y'all got to understand when it comes to this kid, y'all got to be on the same page.
And how did you go about that? Did you sit them both down and be like, listen?
So eye-to-eye conversation haven't happened yet, but, you know, me mediating this way and, you know, talking to her that way, it worked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But for me, it's like my baby mom's, she you know, she on different timing. So
a little spicy.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's but so much I could say, but one day she'll understand it when she get a little. I think for her, I think she need, no disrespect to her, I think she need to have somebody lead her. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy lead her, or whatever she choose to decide to have behind her. They need to lead her and make her understand what's going on in a real life instead of this fantasy she wants to live.
Right. Sometimes you gotta hear somebody.
So by me being a role model on my end, and she's not behind me because she's not with me no more, so she don't really know what's going on, and she can't follow my steps and understand where I'm coming from because she don't have that in her household. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
What about you? Do you feel like, how did you make a relationship between, if you are in a relationship now, I'm not sure, and your baby father? Like, do you have to do something?
I feel like they
got along.
Never. Yeah, because they don't ever have.
I think
they
it's
don't
different
ever
with guys, though. I think with guys,
but they also just don't cross paths. Like, you know what I mean? Like they just don't cross paths. I'm not. Whatever we do for our daughter, like me and her dad, it's for her, and then he goes over there, and if she goes with him, she's over there with him, and his relationship over there. She comes home, she over here, like they don't have to, like, we're not at football games together, and we're not at but like we're not at dance together, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
do you let your significant other reprimand your child? Like, let's say she stay out too late. Do you allow him to say, "Hey, listen, now you grounded"? Da da da.
And no.
Why is that?
Because
it's not his child. Yeah. But then you want him to be a father figure.
I know I didn't.
No.
I was on the side of the.
You didn't say that. You right.
You father
figure.
Separated.
Do you let your significant other like reprimand your child? She stay out too late, or he stay out too late. Listen, now you grounded.
So I'm not at that level yet. My daughter only 10, so I'm not at that level yet.
I mean,
so I don't really know,
even she like
I don't really know how
you
that
do
would
it.
feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not at that level yet. But you know, if my daughter's doing something wrong, I would. And if my girl is watching her, I would expect for her to be like, you know, Brooke, stop. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that.
You
As
okay
long
with
as she
that?
don't harm her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
so
I'm
she
totally
can't
cool
like.
with
So
that.
you don't. Do you guys believe in your significant other like give a quick pop?
My daughter 15. My daughter pop back. Like, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying because sometimes like I feel this is my
Like-
this is my reason why I'm asking that because some people say like you want you to be a father or motherly figure, then let me take that role completely.
Yeah.
Don't try to say, oh, you need to be a role model and do like good shit in front of my child, but then I can't reprimand them. Like
I think
either or. What
I
you want
think
me to do?
I think she need to report to me on that. As far as hitting my kid or anything, I think that's something she will have to report to me on. You know,
Yeah.
if my kid is doing something wrong like that and she need to be popped,
Yeah.
report to me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with that. I also,
me too.
yeah, I agree with that, especially with a 10-year-old. I also can say it also depends on your relationship. So, for instance, my mother, she had a child, but she met my father when my brother was 2. He's basically the only father figure that he know.
Right.
So how my mother reprimanded him, my father reprimanded him. Now it's a household of 6 kids. He not just gonna reprimand the 5 and not the other one.
ones, right.
Yeah, more or
So
less.
you know, it also depends.
It depends on it, exactly.
It depends on that
Agreed.
as well.
Agreed.
If I'm gonna be here, then you have to allow me to lead.
Yeah,
And I think that happens a lot of times with older kids that sometimes they would challenge maybe the parent. Like it's kind of difficult at that age because like I'm not your parent, but I am the leader of this household.
Yeah.
So how do you create a boundary? Like you know, like it's my house, my rules, but then I can't go so far because you're not my child.
I think that's a communication.
Yeah,
that boils
is.
down to communication. You know, especially when you decide to now live together. I think that's a conversation
It
that need to
definitely
be
is.
had.
Yeah, once you sign up for that, you got to have them conversations. Like
Facts.
you got to be able to, you know, talk about it and figure out what y'all gonna do.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
don't
we'll
just
go over.
Take
finish.
oh, go ahead. Nah, you don't.
No, you go.
You don't just take executive moves and you know just do what you want to do.
Right.
Nah, it don't work like
Right.
I feel you.
We gotta
So I
communicate.
want to go around. I want y'all to state, each of y'all to state, like, what are the 3 key things to have a successful co-parenting relationship? It can be communication. It can be trust. It can be just being reliable. What do you,
You name
think
everything.
it takes?
You definitely, like I was gonna say.
But I'm not a
just-
parent.
No, but that.
I'm not a parent. But
That's
y'all
what
might
that
be
makes
different.
sense. No, but that, right, boundaries.
Is it an explanation behind each one? Like when she say boundaries, what she mean?
No,
by
I'm
it?
saying what 3 characteristics you think that top 3 characteristics that need to be in place in order for it to be a
strong
successful
co-parenting. Yeah.
co-parenting relationship.
Yeah, number 1 is definitely that communication. Like definitely, like please, like because we don't live like he lives in a whole nother town. We gotta talk. We gotta communicate. We have to talk to each other. You know, your audience is real terrible. Just let you know
No,
that.
but they holding us down.
Yeah.
Let us know what we gotta do.
And then boundaries, like you know what I mean.
Right.
In the sense of like when we were just talking about the popping and the beatings and the whatever, and then so there was that communication, boundaries, and then just like you said, like being trustworthy. Like I'm trusting you. Like we're not together, and I'm trusting you to still always do what's right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and you're trusting me too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just all on him. You're trusting me too.
I
to do
would.
what's right.
I would also add respect. Respect is a big thing. You know, because if you're not respecting the other parent, the child sees that and they can mimic that. So I would say all those things
That's a fact.
and respect on top of that.
That's a fact.
What about you, Levi?
For me, definitely respect. But my top thing, I would say team.
Yes.
If it ain't like team, I'm strong on that. If it ain't
Yeah.
no team, then is nothing could be done. You know what I'm saying? Especially with
Absolutely.
co-parenting. Team is the most
Absolutely.
strongest thing for me.
Get you teamwork, make dreamwork. But
I
quick
agree.
question before we get into our questions: if you send, let's say, if you send your child, $100, and your child receives $100, do you feel like it's your baby mother's right to take it and apply it to bills, or you feel like it has to be to your daughter or child or son?
For me,
and you already paid your child support, but that much she's maybe short on the rent, short on the light bill.
You said I already paid my child support.
You paid your child support, and you said you just go send your child $200 just to be like, you know what, just for whatever, right? And the baby mother say, you know what, I need that to pay the rent. I'm short on the rent.
See, it's a great line in that because I feel like once you got child support, and don't beat me up, but once you got child support, I feel like after that, and you asking for extra money, it's kind of crazy, especially when you getting $500 already every week. Asking for an extra $200.
I'm saying
$500 a week. $500 every week.
But
people trust me. I didn't see it. I didn't see more than that. You know what I'm saying? So when you get that much money and then you asking for extras, it's like, come on.
I understand that with $500 a week, but a lot of times they only getting probably like $500 for the month.
Wait, a quick question. When they calculate child support, do they calculate rent? Like
no, they don't care about none of that.
They don't ask none of that.
How is it determined?
So no, there is an actual percentage. I forgot when they did the separation paper. He said it's supposed to be a certain percentage of what the person makes. I forgot what that is.
I got $35 a month.
So wait,
this is statutes.
$35 a month is clearly not enough. We know that can give you gas.
Mm-mm.
So,
but to answer your question about the extra money, so with the child support money, when I get my child support money, what I pay, like, because I don't mind sharing what I pay for. I pay that cell phone bill that she likes to be on all the time, and then life insurance and she's my sole beneficiary. Right. So, like, you know, like I put all of that towards stuff like that, and then the extra, like if she wants, like I said, something or whatever, right? Any extra money, like you said, outside of child support, any extra money, no. Like, because he's sending that directly to her. Right. She has her own bank, like, you know what I mean?
So you don't feel obligated. So what about, like, because she is
23% of net.
She is 15. Yeah, she is 15%. She's 15 years old. So she is using water, using the heat.
No, I don't.
You don't think about.
I don't take that from her.
You don't think the baby father had to pay for that?
No. I don't make that stuff like, and not her money. No, that's her money. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And I would rather cover the bills like that, those big, like, responsibilities, and let her money be hers. Like, she shop, she could, like, you know, right. I'd rather look, this month, you take that money your father gave you and you go buy your own whatever. Right. I got the water bill. That I don't feel like as a kid you should have responsibilities on that either.
You agree with that, right, Levi?
Yeah. Could I ask you a question? How long you say you've been co-parenting? Like,
we've been co-parenting for like 3-4 years now.
All right. So when she was 11, were you thinking the same way, or was it?
So remember, I told you when it first started, we had to learn how to get to where we are now. When we first started, it was like this anger. I was thinking like, you know, a lot like when I had told you guys that I want to go back to court and be like, oh, he's a lieutenant now. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But I had to learn not to do that.
But I'm saying, like, though, the money that you was getting 11 years ago. What?
No, 4 years ago.
I mean, sorry, 4 years ago. Were you looking at it the same way, like that's your money, or were you handling the money for your bills and stuff then?
Oh, so back then I was most likely using it for like the bills and stuff.
So it's an age thing, just because she's older.
No, it wasn't a age thing. It became a maturity thing of. Then I started, because remember I told you when we first started, like. When we first got divorced, remember I told you, now I'm thinking, okay, I have a one-income home. Yes. I don't have that extra income. So then I went and I picked up another hustle, right? Before that other hustle came, I did use that money to, like, cover extra stuff. When I picked up my other hustle, then I said, okay, I redid my budget. And I'm like, okay, I don't got to use his money for the electricity and stuff like that. I'm using my money, my hustle, to pay that stuff, and that, like I said, her being my beneficiary on my life insurance or her phone bill and stuff like that, his money goes to.
All right, so bringing it back to, I'm happy you said that. Bringing it back to, you said you went out and got your own hustle, right? Your own next. So bring it back to what I said before is why y'all can't do that from the very beginning instead of just depending on, you know,
government assistance.
But I never get government assistance.
No,
but I get what you're saying. Like, so I don't know how to answer that because I hadn't gotten government assistance. I don't know how to.
So,
I went out there and grinded.
I get you. So, Sheraine, what are your top three qualities?
I said it.
You said it? Okay.
I just added respect on top
So
of
what
it.
about if your child just sent money, right, and you're short on bills that month, are you gonna dip her in that pocket? No.
No, I don't, and I don't. Like I said, I don't get child support. I'm a hustler too. It's in my blood. Anybody that know me, Chanelle, know. I'm out there. So I'm out there. So I'm gonna make it happen. So no, I don't take the money. My daughter, she got an iPhone. He will Apple Pay her straight up. I don't take that money. That's going straight to her, and she do whatever I tell her. Don't use all that money on Roblox, but you know they do whatever.
Right.
Yeah. But that's her little cash.
That's her money.
Right. So I think it was good. I think you guys stated some good points. I think people stated like how they feel, and it was interesting about the child support thing. I'm curious because I'm not on child support, and and how was like I was just curious because as a guy, if they're taking $500 on my check a week,
that means you making
y'all
a lot.
are old.
That's a lot.
It'd be like
$80.
It'd be like $80 a week.
But it depends how much they make.
It depends on how much they make.
I have 2 full-time jobs, so I think they would tax me crazy.
But the people that we know that's getting child support, they not getting.
They not.
Y'all not getting $500 a week,
or y'all not working for real, so y'all don't have to pay that much in child support.
See, I was getting paid.
Using child support for rent if you need it, I do not feel like that's wrong. I feel like, for example, if you in a case where like you are with the father, y'all gonna have to have on the rent. If you not having to hustle as hard, once he leave the household, that's another adjustment.
It is.
You
it's income.
Right. Him not being there.
That's why I asked that question.
The hustle. So I feel like if you using your child support for rent, I feel like nothing's wrong with that. Your child gotta live there.
Yeah.
And I feel like
no, and I agree. There is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Technically,
the reason why there's nothing wrong, that's how the court decides it.
Yeah.
They don't look at your bills, but that's what the child support is for.
Yes.
It is for. The judge will tell you gas.
Yep.
They still got to pay for bills for your child.
Yep.
So even
Who
though
they ask that to?
They don't ask. No, they don't ask it. But when child support, that's what child support is
It's
for.
supposed to be there for.
It is
A
so
supplement.
If you go to court, it's for a supplement to help you take care of whatever your child needs. They
All right.
need a new bed. They need this. That's what the child support is for. So I would say this. I mean, I'm married and I don't get child support. But at the same time, my son's education alone is probably almost $500 a week. So if he was to leave, you're gonna pay. Just like, and that's why there's also forget just child support. There's alimony.
Yes.
You decide.
And I didn't even take that. I didn't even take that in the divorce. Like I didn't take alimony. I just got my child support and got the hell out of there.
The demise of this relationship. Now I'm in a situation where I'm being inconvenienced and have to pay more. Why wouldn't I take care?
But my thing to you is, you say that they go based off of your bills and stuff, right? But when it comes to us, we don't get no type of, even if we got our own house or whatever, they don't care. They don't care about us though.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
We're talking about the primary person.
All right,
so
but
that child,
we don't care about you, me. All we care about is the child.
So if that child is primarily with this parent,
With the mom.
they're taking more care of that child. I don't care what you say. If that child is with, more of her gas is taken.
Yes.
More of her, you doing your own thing. When that child gets sick in the middle of the
Me.
night,
I have to get up. Yes.
So I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, the mother takes the burden of that child. Even with me being married, when my son got sick, it's just natural. Mothers just do more. It's just a natural.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact. That's a
So
fact.
if you're saying, I don't want to pay child support, who cares about child support?
Right.
The other support is what is like the big thing.
Yes.
And mothers, we just naturally
take on more.
And you guys, men don't understand that whether you're married, and my husband is Mr. Mom, but even with him being that, my child still comes to me first. You watch any TikTok, Instagram, who a kid calling? Mom. They're not calling daddy because daddy ain't number one. Father's Day, restaurants are empty. Mother's Day, restaurants are packed.
But that's primarily
because I think
that is true.
Wait. Let Levi speak.
Yeah.
That depends. See, that statement right there is crazy because that depends on the kid. You can't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say every.
No. You said.
Majority.
No, I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him.
I did. I said most of the time.
All right.
I didn't say every because I know single fathers.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to take away from a single father, but in the majority of it's a single mother home.
Yes.
The majority of America is single mother homes.
Yeah, but it's a project. That's what I'm saying. It's built for that.
I don't think
It's built to take.
It's unfortunate.
It's built to take it from us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they give y'all all of this stuff, project, homes, all of this, and take us away. They taking us away. You know what I'm saying? It's built for us to go to jail.
It is.
I do.
I'm also an advocate for men to use their legal rights, and
I just said that.
I do. I advocate for that as well. So I'm not just on the woman's side.
The day
a lot of y'all don't utilize it because you in the mindset of, oh, I don't want to go to court. No, sometimes you just have to suck it up and go to court and do what you gotta do for that child. And because there's a lot of excuses that's made when you could go to court and just get joint custody or something.
Who wants to keep bringing that child in and out of court? That situation.
I mean, that's tired of being
Wait, did the child go to court too?
No.
Get joint custody. Joint custody.
Listen,
you don't have to
I went
worry
down
about
there.
that.
That's why I got tired of it. I went down there, I did my own homework, and I did that myself. I try to help a few guys, do it, but who wants to keep on going down? The court system alone just brings you down. You know what I'm saying? Just going down there brings you down. Just riding past the courthouse brings you down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's true. But at the end of you
why
want
should it
to.
have to be like that when y'all could talk?
Right.
Figure it out.
It shouldn't, but it's a sacrifice.
However, that should be the last resort. But at the same time, I hate when I hear people say, I do anything for my child. Anything is going to court, doing whatever you got to do.
Yeah, doing whatever.
You're right.
That's anything.
Yeah.
You're right.
Thank you. So,
so listen,
this is a good topic.
we had a little of our audience speak. I'm pretty sure I remember one person from last time. But I think it was a good conversation. I think it just gave different perspectives. It also opened people's eyes. Like, I think that, like, as dads, they have a certain perspective, right?
Yes.
And as moms, you have a certain perspective. It's just all about working together. I think Levi made a good point. It's teamwork, to be honest.
Yes,
it is.
Fuck all the other shit. Like, we got to be a team for this child or these children. So that's the main thing. I think you guys touched on good points. So now we'll get into our conversations, to our questions. Now, these questions have nothing to do with the topic. You know, Levi, little.
Are we going through all of those questions?
No. Just one or two. One. But it's just like, when she read the question, you're going to be like, this is what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We starting off with Chanelle, too.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Chanelle. So this is the same question everyone's going to answer, okay? Would you rather find true love or your purpose in life?
My purpose in life?
Why is that?
Because for me, I'm like not hung up on I'm not there yet. I need to find love, I need to find my purpose. I need to love me, find my purpose. Then I'll know how to love somebody else and we could do all that other stuff. But I need to find me first.
But it's either or. So are you going to go through, would you go through life and die with just having your purpose in life or finding true love? Okay.
On my purpose.
Okay, you rather die on your
purpose. What would you, Levi?
And you said it could only be one. So
yes.
What was it like? Would you rather wake up every day and really enjoy what you do and find purpose in it? Or rather wake up every day to someone who you truly love and you can count on?
See?
Well, I don't know, because now that I'm in love, you know what I'm saying, it brings out what I want to do regardless anyway. So you know what I'm saying, my partner make me thrive and do the things that I want to do. I want to wake up and be successful.
Clap it up for that black. Wait, hold up. Clap it up for this black man who's saying his partner bring it out. Cause me, I'm a real one. I'd rather find my purpose in life because I feel like waking up every day and hating what you do or trying to figure out why you're even on this earth is like, it's a lot to digest. Like, I feel like waking up and understanding like why God put me on this earth and like the things that I do mean something to somebody else. Like why I go to work, it really impacts others. I feel like that, to me, I'd rather find that. I feel like love, that is my love. I feel like your passion is your love. It may not be something, but it do bring you satisfaction. So I rather will find my purpose in life.
Okay. I would say for me, I would go more towards finding true love. And I do agree with Levi said. Initially, I wasn't even thinking about, when you find someone, they do bring out certain things within you. So that was an excellent point. But me, I'm like a hopeless romantic. I just, that's just me. Yeah. So I think I would probably want to find true love.
All right. So I appreciate that. So, this was another episode of Unsolicited Truths. We thank you guys for tuning in. It's me, Trizzy.
And Sheraine.
And we want you to follow
and
subscribe, like, and comment our YouTube page as well as our Instagram page at Unsolicited Truths.
Yes.
Until next time, adios.
Bye.